Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all in this session. I'm Dr. Shakeel Ahmed, and I serve as an assistant professor at Jazan University. Over the years, my work has focused on e-learning, faculty training, and using digital tools like Blackboard Ultra to enhance teaching and learning. I also specialize in AI-supported faculty development that could helping instructors bring smarter approaches into their classrooms. So this session is designed not just to share the information, but to give us practical ways to understand students' data and use it to improve success. So I'm excited to walk with you through the features of Blackboard Ultra Analytics and more importantly, how we can, as a faculty member, can apply them to support our students in meaningful ways. The session titled Data-Driven Teaching Using Blackboard Analytics to Improve Student Success. It is conducted under the e-learning center here at Jazan University. So the title itself explains the heart of today's discussions. So data-driven basically teaching simply means moving beyond like guesswork and intuitions and instead relying on clear evidence from the student's activity and performance. So the Blackboard Ultra Analytics give us that evidence and it's going to help us see how students are engaging. So where they are facing difficulties and how we as a faculty can step into to support them at the right time. So by the end of this session, you'll be able and you'll see how these tools not only improve teaching effectiveness, but also directly contribute to student success. So stay tuned till end of the sessions. We're gonna have a lot of different practical environment to discuss with each other. Now let's answer an important questions. Why data-driven teaching is important? So the key lies in the learning analytics. Simply put, learning analytics is about collecting and studying students' data to understand how they actually learn. So this data may include their performance, participations, or even the time they spend on different activities. So what makes this powerful is that it helps us as faculty make decisions based on evidence. So instead of relying only on personal judgments or guesswork, we have a clear fact to guide us. So this is what like the most important part in the Blackboard Ultra. For example, we can see which students are struggling, which strategies are working, and where adjustments are needed. So in short, learning analytics shift us from teaching by assumption to teaching with the clarity. And now that we have seen what learning analytics is, so let's talk about the real benefits of using data-driven teaching. So the first big benefit is identifying and supporting at-risk students early. So analytics basically help us spot students who may be struggling, whether it's low grades, missed deadlines, or lack of activities. So this early identification means we can step in and before small challenges, it's going to grow up into the bigger problem. So we can jump inside this challenge to solve the issue. The second benefit is personalized learning paths and teaching strategies. So every student learn differently. And analytics definitely gives us insights that allow us to adjust our teaching. So we can guide students towards resources that fit their needs, making learning more personal and effective. And finally, data-driven teaching supports enhanced decisions making and teaching effectiveness. So instead of guessing, we make informed choices. We can see that what works and what doesn't work, and refine our approaches based on the real evidence. In simple words, analytics empowers us as faculty to support students better, teach smarter, and create a more successful learning environment. Here we move into the main focus of today's session, Blackboard Ultra Analytics. So this is the tool inside Blackboard that gives us insights into the student performance, activity, and engagement. So it's going to help us as a faculty understand what's happening in our courses so we can like timely make the decisions. We can have the action to support our students at on a very right time. So one of the key features available to us in Blackboard Ultra is the students activity report, and this report gives us insights into how students are interacting with the specific courses items such as assignments or the different type of tests and quizzes. So the process is straightforward. First, inside your courses, you go to the content tab, then navigate to the like test or assignments you want to check and select the arrow next to its name. From the options, choose student activity. So pretty simple steps, but in the coming slides, we will show you how you can do it practically over there. Once you do this, the students activity details panel will appear. So this panel gonna give you a complete informations and the design and all the analytics related to the students with the valuable informations, like when students access the activity, how much time they spend on it, and whether they submitted it on time or they submitted it late. So these simple steps help us understand not just in the final grades, but the efforts and engagement behind all the process. Another way to access the students' activity data is directly from the assessment page. When you open an assessment or assignment and test, you'll notice a table, a different tab labeled students' activity. By clicking on it, you can immediately see how students have interacted with this assessment. So whether they started early, how much time they spent, and their level of engagement, everything can be shown over there. So this makes it easy for the faculty to connect and perform with the activity and to quickly identify which students may need additional like support in this session. So when we open the students activity overview, we get a quick summary of how students are engaging with the assessment. You can see a graph on the screen. So this includes the details like the average submissions time for the whole classes and how early students submitted before the due date. It also shows the overall submission activity, whether items were left unopened, opened, started as draft, or fully submitted. So you can have a complete overview over there that whatever been happening inside the student activity, you can have a complete graph for every student. On the right, we see the grade distribution chart, so which gives us a clear picture of how students performed across different like different score ranges. So this overview basically going to help us as a faculty quickly understand both the timing and the performance and the pattern in our courses. Now the time to discuss about the like here in on this screen here we see the grade distributions graph. So this graph basically shows how students grades are spread across different ranges. Each point on the line represents the number of students who fall within that score ranges. For example, in the case you can see on the graphs on in this presentation, three students scored between 81 and 19. By clicking on the point, you can even view details of which students are in that range. So this features gives us a quick visual summary of overall performance and help us identify a different pattern, such as whether the more students are performing well, struggling, or clustering in a certain ranges. So we can take a complete and clear idea about by using these graphs. In addition to the grade distribution graph, we can also view students' results in a bar graph format. Each column here represents an individual student's grade within the selected range. By hovering over a column, we can see details such as student's name, exact grade, and percentile ranking. So this view basically gives us a more personalized perspective. Instead of just looking at overall trend, we can identify specific students, recognize their performance, and it's really easy to decide where encouragement or the different support is required for a specific student. Here we can see the students' activity details on the screen. So this view gives us a time of how and when students work on a particular assessment. So each student is listed with their names, number of attempts, grade, and submission time. Next to that, the activity time shows visually when they started, how long they worked, and when they basically submitted their assignment. So this help us spot important patterns. For example, we might notice students who started very late, those who rushed through, or those who managed their times well. So these insights allows us to provide timely feedback and guidance the each student one by one. On this screen, the activity timeline gives us a detailed picture of how students engage with an assessment. In records important stages such as when the assessment was first opened, when the students started working, whether they saved a draft, and finally when they submitted. Everything you can have all the details in this screen. By looking at this timeline, we can easily see differences in students' behavior. For example, one student may open and submit quickly, while another may delay starting or miss the deadline altogether. So these insights are very useful for understanding not only performance, but definitely also like the study habits and time management. So here we're gonna have a short video which can show you the details that how all these things are happening inside students' activity.
As an instructor, you can track when your students opened, started, and submitted tests and assignments through the Student Activity Report for assessments. To view this data, go to the course content page, select the drop-down menu of the specific assessment, and choose Student Activity. You can also find this information on an assessments page by selecting the Student Activity tab. At the top of the page, you'll see a summary of details, including the average submission time for the course and how early students submitted before the due date. The submission activity section includes the number of students at specific stages in the assessment. The stages include unopened, opened, draft started, submitted. The grade distribution line graph shows student grades. The x-axis represents grade ranges. They go from the lowest to the maximum possible grade for the assessment. The y-axis is the number of students who received a specific grade. Select any dot on the line graph to see more information about the students who received a grade in that specific range. Student grades are displayed as columns in a bar graph. Hover over the student's column to see the student's name, grade, and percentile. To return to the grade distribution line graph, select the back button, Table and Chart Views. The bottom half of the Student Activity Details report includes individual student activity, including students' names, activity timeline, and grade. The chart view displays an activity timeline in a visual, box and whisker plot graph. Hover over the tick marks on the plot to see important markers of student activity. The activity timeline includes date opened, date started, draft saved, submitted. There are also columns for attempts and grade. Table view. The table view presents information in 5 columns. The columns include student, date opened, date started, attempts, grade. Select the download button to download the data as CSV file. You can send a message to any student. Select the More Options icon to send a message to one of your students. Invite the student to meet with one-on-one or during office hours to discuss their activity in the course. As an instructor, you can track
So you can have the view, I mean, like in this tutorial, that how the student analytics are working and how you can manage all different type of like analytics and the assessment, the quizzes, a different type of notifications can be set there easily. Now, let's move to the next important part, that is Blackboard Ultra Course Analytics. We're gonna discuss in detail about this feature. This feature basically gives us a complete view of how students are performing and engaging across the entire course. So it's not just about one test or one assignment, but about the overall learning journey. So with these analytics, we can see different patterns, track progress, and we can make informed decisions to improve like both the teaching and learning environment.
Every student can succeed, just like in a face-to-face classroom where you can pick up on students' understanding through their expressions and participation. Your online course offers exciting ways to support your students' success. Blackboard provides a treasure trove of tools to help you keep an eye on how your students are doing. Why not start using these tools early on? It's like getting to know your students from day one. By establishing an early picture of each student's performance, you'll be able to watch their progress unfold throughout the course. It's like having a roadmap of their learning journey. This way, you can spot any bumps in the road early on and offer a helping hand to students who might be struggling. At the same time, you can challenge those high flyers who are racing ahead. But it's not just about the students. These insights can also help you fine-tune your course. It's a win-win situation that can make the learning experience better for everyone. So, are you ready to embark on this exciting journey of supporting your students' success in the online world?
So this is how that Blackboard Ultra work over there. The next feature we will look at the that is basically course activity report in the Blackboard Ultra. This report provides a clear picture of how students are engaging with the course as a whole. So it helps us track, access activity levels, and identify patterns of participation across the class. So in the coming slides, we'll see how to access this report and how it can guide us in supporting students' access. Here we can see the course activity report inside Blackboard Ultra. So this report definitely allows us as a faculty to support students who may be struggling. For example, those with the low grades, missed deadlines, or very little activity in the courses. So at the same time, it highlights students who are performing well, and we can even congratulate them or encourage them to do more good work. From this panel, we can also take quick actions. We can send messages directly to the students who are like falling behind, set up alerts for low grades, missed work, or inactivity, and definitely download the data as a CSV file for further analytics for different type of analysis. So there is also an option to like export scatter plots as PDF or images, which can be shared with other instructors or a different type of mentors. So in short, these reports give us a powerful way to monitor, to support and guide students in the real time. So another way to access the course activity report is through the grade sections in the base navigation. Here, next to the courses, you'll see a pie chart button. Simply by selecting that button, you can open the report directly. So this provides access without having to go inside the course content first. So it's gonna making it easier to monitor different type of activities of the students and performance across the multiple courses at a glance. So here you can see there is also a way to access the course activity report from the grade book setting as well. So simply to do this, go to the grade book and click the setting button at the top. A panel will appear on the right side. From there, you can select like the view course activity under the sections called student performance. So this option allows us to set conditions such as when a student's grade drop below a certain percentage, when they miss too many due dates, or when they have not accessed the course for several days. So these alerts make it more easier like for faculty to keep track of the students who may need an extra support. One important point to remember is that the course activity report only works when the students are actually enrolled in the courses. So if there are no students, the system has no data to display and the table will not appear. So this is why like it's normal to sometimes see an empty screen like this. It simply means that there are no students records concerned or connected to that course yet. So if you can find this type of empty table, don't worry about that one, because start of the session sometimes like the students need to enroll in the little later stages. So one important point to remember that is also need to discuss that the course activity only works as we already discussed that that is only works with the enrolled students. So if you can find out this type of like activity report, the free like this one, yeah, then don't worry about this one. The course activity report table basically gives us options to take action and to export the data in the different formats. So we can start by selecting specific students from the list, and by using the send messages button, we can contact them directly. And the system ensures that each student receives an individual messages without knowing who else was included. There is also a download button that lets us export the full table as a CSV file. So this file includes all the columns we see here. So such as students' name, IDs, overall grades, missed due dates, hours in the courses, and last access. So everything you can have all the informations in this table. So this will give you an idea that the students are lacking in what stages, either they do have the problem to solve the assignments, or they are lacking in the different courses, in the different material which being shared with them. So once exported, the data can be opened in Excel or other tools for deeper analysis, or for sharing with the colleagues or mentors. So this is a good option to download the complete analytics. So now let's look at the scatter plot view inside the course activity. On this chart, the y-axis shows students' overall grades, and while the x-axis shows the number of hours they have spent in the courses. So this way we can clearly compare students' performance against their activity level. So it gives us a broad picture which students are spending enough time but still struggling, and which ones are achieving high grades with consistent activity. So once you have the clear idea about the like the weak students and the intelligent students, so you can differentiate them for the like the students performing well and on time and then bringing the good results over there. You can encourage them, you can congratulate them, but the one who is lacking and they are weak in their activities, assessments, and different type of activities inside the courses. So you can send them the direct notifications. You can warn them. You can tell them that you are behind the other students, and you can ask them if they have any specific problem with their learning activities. So the data here is updated every 24 hours in the early morning. So it's always fresh and reliable. We can access this scatter plot directly through the course activity tabs or by selecting the alert notification in the activity stream. Now let's move to the alert setting, that how you can make a different type of alert settings for the students and for the grades or some kind of specific conditions which mean happening inside the course analytics. So this features allows us to create automatic alerts for students who might be struggling. For example, we can set a rule where an alert is triggered if a student's grade falls below a certain percentage. We can also set alerts based on a number of missed due dates. For example, if a student misses two or more deadlines, will be notified. So this is another, excellent options over there for the faculty, that if you set different type of alerts, you can have a clear idea and the picture for your students. And you don't need to depend on the assumptions or the overall grade progress. And finally, we can track inactivity by setting a limit on the days since last access. So if a student hasn't logged in for the specified number of days, an alert is generated as well. So these settings make it easier for us to spot issues early and interactive at the right time. You can communicate with the students and you can make some decisions based on these alerts. So now look at the alert flags in the course activity report. Whenever a student triggers an alert, such as low grades, missed deadlines, or inactivity, a small flag appears next to their name. So these flags make it much easier to quickly spot students who may be at risk, especially like courses where manually tracking each student is difficult. Definitely, if you have 40 or 50 students inside the classroom, it's really difficult for you to go one by one to check their progress and then decide who needs the spotted. But by using this technical tool inside the Blackboard Ultra activity report, gonna give you a lot of different options which can help you to understand and quickly target the students who needs the different type of support or help. So by paying attention to these alerts, instructors can set early, offering guidelines, different type of reminders or access posts to help students and get back on track. Now the time to discuss and show you a real demo, because different type of question and analysis in the Blackboard Ultra is powerful features. So that help instructors review the quality of their assessments. It also provides a detailed insights into how students responded to each questions, making it easier definitely to spot items that may be too easy, too difficult, or confusing. So by analyzing different patterns, such as which answers a student selected most often, it highlights potential issues with question wording, or answer options, or it also gives useful statistics like how well a question distinguishes between high and low performing student. So with this information, instructors can refine or replace weak questions, ensuring these assessments are fair, reliable, and aligned with the learning objectives. So let's have a look about these tutorials and demo versions.
Or it's too late.
That's what that how you can have a different type of like analysis you can done over there. Now the next video is about the question analysis.
These options are student activity and question analysis. We'll look first at student activity. Here we can see some information about how students have been able to complete the quiz. Now, bear in mind, this is all student attempts that I have put together myself for purposes of demonstration, so it's not realistic data. But you can see here submission time 30 seconds, 36 seconds on average, and you can see how many students have not opened it, how many single submissions there, how many have done multiple submissions. You can see the grade distribution, which is very helpful. And you can also see the activity timeline. So the little black dashes there are when they actually answered questions. So the blue wide bit here shows that they were waiting some time before answering the last question. So that can give you a bit of an indication on how they're actually finding it and which ones are taking longer or shorter. Then, of course, you have the grade as well here. Another useful thing that you can do on this page is if you click on the three-dot menu on the right-hand side, you can send a message to any of these students. So if you want to advise a student to have another attempt because you've allowed that, you can do that. Or if in this case they haven't actually done it at all, you can use that to instantly send them a reminder. Back on the three-dot menu, the other thing there was question analysis. The question analysis is not looking at the grades or the student performance, it's actually looking at the performance of the questions themselves. So you can see here a rating in terms of how well the questions discriminate between the weaker and stronger students. You can see a rating of difficulty, and it also gives you some advice here on the questions that, based on the measurements above, perhaps need review. So this is a good way to monitor the quality of your questions, and if necessary, particularly when you're coming round to the next semester, you may make some changes in order to improve it.
So by this tutorial, you may find out an easiest way that how you can track down the activity of your students and how you can analyze the question strength over there. So that is also really important over there. Before moving ahead, I would request everyone and I would inform you that to receive the e-certificates, a registration and attendance is mandatory. We already shared the registration link to get registered for this presentation. Once you get registered, and here during the session, I will recommend everyone to put your complete name and your university ID in the chat list, because we are unable to find out the different type of reports, attendance reports. So it's better to send me in the chat your full name and your employee ID. Employee ID is really important to enter over there so we can assign you the certificates, the one who registered and attended both at once.
SCORM is a technical standard that allows online learning content to be easily shared across different learning management systems. You can add SCORM packages to Blackboard courses very easy. On the course content page, select the plus icon and then create. Select SCORM package from the course content items section. You have two options: upload a SCORM file from your computer or select one from your course content collection. After uploading it, we need to adjust a few options. First, type a title and select a due date in the details and information area. Then select the grade category and number of attempts allowed in the grading and submission area. By default, grade SCORM is selected and a gradebook entry for the package is added. Select the grading schema and maximum score. The grade settings cannot be changed later. Select Grade Individuals SCOs to add a gradebook entry for selected parts of the SCORM package. When you select this option, the list of SCOs within the package appears. For each SCO you select, you can also select the grading schema and maximum score. To finish the import process, select Save. Don't forget to change the visibility status to make it visible to students, and if you want to preview it, select Preview SCORM.
This tutorial basically display that how to add a SCORM. It's pretty simple. You need to follow some of the steps which already been discussed in this video, that how you can create and how you can have the SCORM package imported, or you can export over there. Simply go to the course content, select the plus button to create, and then choose the SCORM file, find SCORM packages, and simply upload a zip file. Remember that only the SCORM file in the form of zip packages can be uploaded. So you can set the different settings. You can have the grading, tracking visibility, and simply at the end save and insert, and it will be over there. So here is the analytics of the SCORM looks like that wants to been uploaded. After that, student performance details and all the management training SCORM modules can be displayed in this section. The course coverage report helps instructors definitely to understand how students are engaging with the course materials. So it shows which content items students are accessing and highlights those that remains unused. So this gives instructors a clear picture of how effective their content is in the supporting of learning. So by identifying patterns of use, faculty can measure the content effectiveness. So improve areas, the different areas where the students are not engaging and you can make better decisions to support overall course improvement. So this is really important, because once you do have, because or everything's been managed by the AI based different type of tracking systems over there behind inside the system. So once the students are navigating the different part of the course content, and some parts they are not navigating, it means you will get the idea that which part of the content is less useful for the students, so you can replace with the useful content inside your content area. So let's have a look at how does it work.
Hello, this is Amber Williams from the CEDL team, and I am showing you this video to run a course coverage report at the course level in Blackboard Ultra. So instead of going outside of your course and going to the tools area in the main menu, we're actually inside of a given course. So we're in this spring 2025 community dental health course, and there's a lot of different reports that can now be run at this course level, which I would very highly recommend, especially the course coverage. We're going to go to the Analytics tab and area, and then there's all these different reports. You immediately see course activity for your students at the time. There are premium reports. We're going to go all the way to the right and click on course reports. And there are two types of reports that can be run. The first is the course coverage report. So not only is it going to show that there's goal tags in this course, it's actually going to show you exactly where they are. It's great. You know what test they're tagged in. You know, even if it's a quiz question, you know where the tags are, and it shows you that all the competencies are covered. It can also show the program outcomes in this report. It can show college-wide core abilities. You have the ability to run it at any of those levels. Then what's even more amazing, and this could be an additional follow-up after the fact, is when students actually take that given assessment, so the quiz where the tag is, you can see how they've performed on it. And you can even set the metrics. So if you want it to be an 80% or higher metric, you can actually dictate that when running this report. So very helpful data coming from Blackboard Ultra now. We're going to do the course coverage report, and I hit run report. So this is where I get to select the level of the goal set that I want to see. So I could do the overall program outcomes, and I could do the course competencies, and I could do the college-wide core abilities. All three are here, and it's allowing me to dictate which one I would like to pick. I'm going to go with the course competencies here at the course level, and then I'm going to click Run Report. So here is what we're used to seeing with our course competencies and what's covered. But then as you scroll further down, it's allowing you to see exactly where those tags are. So our very first course competency, CC1, is tagged in exam number 2 for chapters 1 through 11. Course competency number 5, here's the tag, exam number 2, so on and so forth. So this data is very helpful, and this is one of the very first reports that you would then save to this desktop, save to your computer, and then make sure it's placed within your programmatic folders for assessment.
So this is how you can like the create or download the course content area or the report that would definitely give you an idea about the student like one by one. So that is really important. So now here is instructor's course analytics. Simply that you have to track students' activity. You can monitor the course access. You can have the view performance, different type of trends. You can go ahead with to identify at the risk students, and in the end, definitely you can go ahead to support the teaching decisions. So on time, like the problem solving attitude only brings up at the time that when you got the to know the problem on the early stages. Once you understand, then you can make some good decision related to the students during the classes.
Anthology Ally provides an instructor course report that will show an instructor the overall accessibility score for all content inside of the course, and can be accessed by going to the Books and Tools menu. When selecting the course report, instructors will be able to see the overall accessibility score and a breakdown of all of the different content items that have been uploaded. Ally provides guidance on prioritization and remediation steps by highlighting issues that are easiest to fix or lowest scoring content. Also, you will see a listing of all of the issues that were found inside of all content in the course. By clicking on one of these issues, you'll be able to see all of the content items that have this particular accessibility issue. From here, you can launch directly into the instructor feedback panel and then begin to remediate the content inside of the course.
So that's how simple that instructor's course can have a different type of analytics which can help the teachers to maintain their integrity and connectivity with the students. This slide highlights the key features for faculty when using Blackboard Ultra Analytics. So faculty can have the benefits in four major ways. The first one that is monitoring and intervention. So they can keep track of students' progress and step in early when issues arise. And the second one is personalized support. Definitely, faculty can have their own guidance to meet the unique needs of individual students. So they do have the personalized support over there. The strategic curriculum planning, so data insights, different type of insights about the data can help improve curriculum designs and make it more effective. Last but not least, that is institutional efficiency. Analytics saves time, streamline process, and enhance overall teaching outcome. So it shows that how data empowers faculty to make smarter, timely, and impactful decisions for the students during the sessions and before the session as well. Faculty play a very important role in guiding students' success. So, one of the strongest features we have in this ability to monitor and intervene at the right time. So, through analytics, we can easily track students' activity, whether it's assignments, discussions, or course logins. So, these tools highlights trends like declining participation, late submission, or reduced different type of engagement. So what this means for us as teacher is that we can identify at-risk students early. So once we see these patterns, we can step in the sending different type of reminders, alerts, and offering them extra support or adjusting teaching strategies. So these timely interventions can make a huge difference. Definitely, it's going to ensure students don't fall behind and improving their overall outcomes. I believe the course analytics are the major feature like in Blackboard Ultra, which can help you a teacher as well as for the students to bring their results accurately. Faculty can play a very important role in guiding student success, and one of the strongest feature we have the ability to monitor and intervene at the right time. Again, we are discussing the same thing. The reason behind because we do have the personalized reports, and we already discussed all these things that how you can by intervening on the right time. What this means for us means like the teachers do have a lot of different activities which can be performed on time to bring the personalized support for the students individually. We already discussed in detail about the strategy like curriculum planning as well, because this faculty use a different type of aggregated data to make informed decisions about the course design and resource allocation as well. So it's gonna impact help instructors refine like instructional strategies and focus resources on areas where students struggle more. So this going to enable the students and teachers to have a strategic curriculum planning which can help students in a positive way. Institutional efficiency, we already discussed like that different type of analytics tools can have the streamlined administrative reporting for programs. It can have the review and accreditation purposes. So how it works, like data from the multiple courses, instructors, and department is definitely engaged and aggregated into like dashboards and in the form of different reports, so it can help the institution as well. So now the time to discuss about like the question and answer sessions by end of the sessions, because this is what like we have discussed in detail about the course like activity like analytics, the student individual level, how you can have the analytics on the individual level or the course level, and what kind of benefits can get as a instructor or as an institution. So I believe by using these analytics, none of the teacher can have the complaint about the students, because right time once the problem can be it can arise on the right time, you can bring some good decisions for the students. So this is what we have today in today's sessions. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Again, a reminder that registration and attendance is important, like mandatory to receive the e-certificates. To receive the e-certificates, kindly send your complete name and your employee ID in the chat box. Then we would be able to like assign the certifications for you guys. Any questions? I do have some like few words in the end, that through Blackboard Ultra Analytics, we have seen how data can empower faculty to improve teaching. It can support students and enhance institutional performance. So by moving from like guesswork to evidence-based decisions, like we can create a learning environment where every student has a better like chance to succeed. So in the end, thank you for your time and attention, and I hope these insights will help you in making your courses more impactful and efficient.